This is the BK Lounge Podcast. Welcome to laughs, love, and crazy debates by your two favorite hosts, Burt and Kenny. Join us in talks about military life, relationships, golf life, and so much more. Your new favorite place to come hang out on Sundays. Introducing the BK Lounge Podcast, a Burt's Beat Studios production. And now your hosts, Burt and Kenny.
Well, hello there. It ain't Sunday, I know. Production costs are up, and
stagehand bad.
stagehand is bad. I gave her the 2-minute warning, and I was like, I'm just the production letting the talent know 2 minutes to go. And she goes, you're not production.
I'm production.
And I said, okay. And I said, I'm just some stagehand. And she said, So yeah, we do need to get that updated. We think we're just going to take out a day and just say the BK Lounge Podcast.
Is here live.
Here, I'm doing it live.
Doing it live.
And we also changed some camera angles and some lighting in here so we don't look so drowned out. But I feel like we still look drowned out all of a sudden.
Do you?
Do you think we look drowned out?
No.
No, we're better? Okay.
I just think that sometimes we get a little far away.
A little far away. We look like ghosts? Yikes.
I'm very ghostly. You can tell by my knees. My knees.
Me too?
No, you don't look as...
Oh, the 1-2 taparoo.
Yep.
But welcome in, everybody. Happy Monday. Episode 5 of Season 2. We're here for it. We're doing it live.
Yep. We're here. What did we talk? We talked about...
Our casino trip that was coming up.
Yep. It just feels like it was so far away because it was snowing.
Right, it was snowing.
It was snowing at the casino. And then we come back, we go about our life, and today hit 80 degrees.
Beautiful.
It hit 80 degrees. We ate lunch outside today.
We did. On the front porch in our rocking chairs. The weather's finally getting nicer. I can start having my coffee out in the rocking chair like I did last year.
You haven't been drinking coffee.
I haven't been having coffee a lot lately. I go through spurts of like coffee and OJ, just coffee, and sometimes nothing. But now I've got OJ back in the fridge, and it's warming up.
Ugh.
So I really do think that I will be back out on the rocking chair with my coffee in the morning. Because the sun's directly on that front porch in the morning. It's great. It's great.
Like a little baby chicken.
Yep, just getting warm and nestled by Mother Nature and God himself.
It will allow you to understand the temperatures outside. The past couple of days, it's been gorgeous out, and we go to leave the house. And I'm like, what are you wearing? And it's cold in our house because now we have the AC on.
Because I blare it for the studio and at night.
Yeah. And he's like, what? We're just going down the road. I'm like, you're wearing a sweatshirt, a hat, and sweatpants, and sneakers, and it's 75 degrees out. And then yesterday we were driving somewhere, and he had the windows rolled down, and I'm like, aren't you thankful that I told you to change?
Didn't check the weather. Didn't go outside. Just was used to all right, we're going somewhere. I got athletic shorts on, just throw a pair of sweatpants on, and we're golden.
Yeah.
Too warm for that now. It's too warm.
You can't be doing that. You spent like a couple minutes outside today, and look at you.
It's great. It's beautiful out there.
You're wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Sat outside with the dogs. We had lunch outside.
Yep.
Dogs wanted to go out so bad, thought they were going to go do business. Nope, they just laid right in the sun.
Yep.
That's what they do, especially Nash.
Uh-huh.
He loves the warmth.
But yeah,
last episode we talked about our trip that was upcoming. We talked about some nasty TikTok trolls being not nice to us.
Yeah, trolls be trolling.
TikTok, they literally call it, what do they call it? Something toxic.
I don't know, but it is.
TikToxic or something? I don't know. There's like,
I don't know.
People call it like toxic TikTok or TikTok. I don't know. But yeah, it's just a great place for people to troll because you can make 1 billion accounts and it happens all the time.
Yeah, whatever, they're haters.
And again, it's just based off of like a 15-second clip. And they just like immediately cast judgment and like, oh, she's awful.
I'm so mean to you.
People just don't understand. And then people who watch understand. And people who know us understand even more.
You know what I like to say? I don't even care.
Don't even care. It's just funny, like that when we posted one video, and I got like a handful of replies, and like a good percentage of them were like, "Oh boy, like good luck, run for the hills," or that engagement didn't last long, and I'm just like, it was funny. Like we weren't like, "Oh, how dare you!" Like, blah. We were laughing about it.
Yeah. No.
We don't care.
No.
We don't care.
They don't know us. They don't take the time to know us. They don't listen. They just take a short clip and they think that they know everything about our life. But we also were talking about how they don't even know people on there, and like even though we are comfortable and can laugh about it and we can say that we don't care because we truly don't, there are people out there, also older, but like I think of younger like kids that have TikTok that like don't have their brain's not developed.
Right, and they don't have like, I don't want to say like the willpower, but like the strength of their mind to be like, ha ha ha, that's funny.
Right.
Like they take that kind of stuff to heart. And it can ruin lives. And, you know, our community was impacted many, many years ago with stuff like that. And it's just like awful to think of like how kids can, you know, treat other kids through social media, phones, whatever it is, the internet, and like even adults. Like I was on stream the other day. We were doing the pledge and the anthem and like thanking our troops. And some dude on TikTok started like roasting me about it. Like, why would you do this? This is so stupid, yada, yada, yada. And I brought up his profile. It was a full-grown man, a photo of him and his buddies as grown adults, and the videos on his TikTok page were of his son playing like pee-wee football. And I'm like, you are an adult that it has children, and you're on TikTok
being a troll
about somebody playing video games and honoring and like thanking the troops through the anthem, and like that kind of stuff blows my mind. It's just like, what are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're so miserable you have to be like that?
Yeah.
Like, it's not hard. Like, why?
You kind of feel just sad for them.
Right.
Like, even though they're being the, like, rotten, miserable little troll that they are, like, you got to feel sad for them. Like, what's
going on in your life?
Yeah, what's the purpose of that?
And I say that so often when they, like, come at me and ask you, I'm like, hey, whatever you got going on, I really hope it gets better for you. I really hope it does. Because, like, again, it takes so much effort to say something nasty to someone you don't know.
Right.
You don't know them.
No. Are you getting...
I'm getting heated because people are awful. And I don't usually get heated about trolls on, like, TikTok and the internet and stuff like that, but it gets old. Should we tell them about our trip? Because we didn't tell them about our trip. It was right before our trip.
What? No. Was it before the trip? It was the day before the trip, yeah?
I think it was literally the day before the trip, yeah. We haven't had a podcast since before we went to Cherokee.
Really?
Right? We're not off on this, are we?
Are we off? Are we off?
It has been that long.
Yeah. Thanks,
did we miss it? Did we miss a week, or does it just feel like it's been 4 weeks since we went to
So nobody
Cherokee?
knows if I was riding around in a scooter smoking cigarettes.
Nobody knows, and somebody actually commented on live stream today about like they listened to the last podcast, and they were like, I really hope Kenny actually did that.
Oh my gosh.
It's been that long, but yeah,
let's talk about I didn't even put that in our notes.
I know. Well, you had like recap and our trip to the casino, but we never talked about it. It was a great trip. It was a hell of a drive.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, it feels like we went like literally a month ago.
Yeah, it does.
But we did have a really good time. It was snowy on the way up there. And how long did it take us? About 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it was about a A little over 3 hours.
And it was kind of like back road-ish, like some highway, went through a couple of towns and like their throughways, whatever you want to call them. And then we get up like closer to the mountain, and it was just like tiny single-lane roads, like just weaving sharp turns all the way up to the mountain with like nothing around it. And what I couldn't get over, and I don't know why it like still is stuck in my mind, of that the speed limit was 40 miles an hour on there, and I could barely go like 30 without feeling the truck was going to like go off the road.
Yeah, no, it kind of felt like, I don't know, like a Christmas movie, and you're like driving in a snowstorm, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then it's literally was my worst nightmare.
And it was like that for like a solid 30, 35 minutes of just like tight weaving roads with nothing around you. And then you kind of get up to this plateau, and there's a little bit of a town, more, windy roads, and then another plateau, and just this massive, massive casino resort.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. But like we talked about it, I guess, yeah. We talked about it before, how I have never really gambled. I don't hate the casino, like I like the nostalgia of it, but I've never like
I love the nostalgia of it. I love that you said that.
I don't know, like you just go around, you see people being crazy, but then when it comes to like you and your experience, like I've never really like dipped my toe into that.
No, and I was excited because you really hadn't done that.
Yeah.
And everybody knows, and you know, that I love a good casino. And I was most excited because we went from Sunday to Tuesday. The casino was going to be quieter, more room on machines, more room just in general, less going on.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like super crazy how sometimes the casinos can get. But we got there, took forever to check in, which was absolutely ridiculous, especially being on a Sunday.
Yeah.
We checked in an hour and a half after we were allowed to check in. Mm-hmm. And during that time, we didn't gamble at all. We just like explored. Like the place is huge. It has a bunch of shops, like gift shops, actual shopping. There's a whole food court, like a ton of different restaurants, a ton of different bars, like 3 different towers for the hotels. So we just like wandered, checked in, went up to our room, kind of settled in, and then we're like, let's get after it. And we went down, and I showed Kenny the ropes and the machines with the progressive wins or the bonuses. Well, if this fuse is lit, then you're close to a bonus, and we ended up doing pretty well.
Yeah. Yep. The first 30 minutes we got a hand payout.
Yeah, we got a hand pay about 30 to 45 minutes in when we first got there.
And so I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know what that means. And like, I kind of was just like, cool, what do we do now? And you were like, we got to go to the room. We got to count our money.
Well,
we got to go put it in the safe. And I was like, we just got here.
I was like, someone is like, the machine locked up. It was like hand pay, wait for attendant or whatever. And I'm like, someone is going to come over here and put a stack of cash in our hand. And sure enough, they came by and checked our IDs and gave us the cash. And I was like, I'm not carrying this cash. Let's go up to the room. And at this point, we're already majorly up. So we put, the money that we came with and more on one side. And now we're like, okay, we've got, play money for the rest of the night. And went back down, played some other games. We were doing really well, put in $100, get up to $200-300, even up to $800 at times. And got some drinks, got dinner. It was about, 11:30 that same night?
Yep, 11:30 that same night. First of all, before this happened, once we won, you were like, let's go into the high roller just to see what's going on.
Yeah, I love a good high roller. Just like put in $100 and have one single spin at $100, or put in a couple $100 and spin it like twice and hope that you hit big. Because I have done that many years ago, but.
And so we go in there. He hits it thinking that it was like
a $25 bet or something.
A $25 bet. It was a $40 bet.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. But it was the machine. It was funny because it was all based off of these pigs, and they all had different names. It was Bubba, Pickles, and
I can't remember the other one.
Biscuit.
Biscuit, yep.
And so.
And as you get like the little pigs when you're playing, it throws it up and it makes the pig bigger and bigger, and they're like piggy banks, and they start getting cracks, and at some point that breaks and you win this progressive game or bonus game or whatever. And
yeah. And so at this point, I'm like, I like that game. I don't like it in this room. So by the end of the night, we're like, okay, like we're starting to. I was like, I'm hungry, like I'm starving, and so we were like, let's play this like last $100 in our hand, and then we'll go and find some food. And so I was like, I want to find that pig game.
Yep.
So we meep our way over there. We're like, boop, 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 boop. And
we find one.
And we find one, and I was like, biscuits is about to pop. And so sit down, do the whole thing, kind of stay in the same repertoire of what we were doing, and we hit it. And then I was like, all right, so I'm just like rifling through to see like what we won. And so like it's like an extra game, and I don't know.
Like multipliers and bonuses and wilds, and like I don't think anybody truly knows how to read a slot machine of like, oh, okay, that equals 10 times my bet or whatever. Like you just trust the machine and it's going to pay you correctly.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is pretty good. And then the way it works is like once you've hit all of them, it doesn't tell you the amount that you want. It just shows you different size pigs. And so at the end, when they all of them break, it shows different amounts of money. But the bottom one was a full pig and the other ones were like small pigs. And I was like, that's got to be pretty good.
Yeah, she like spins around because she looks back. She's like, I think this is going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think so too.
And so they start to break and it kept going, it kept going, it kept going. And then it was the big pig. And I go, that pig is going to be worth $1,000. And it was. And
sure enough, the machine locked up again and another hand pay.
Yeah. And you were going crazy behind me and I was just sitting there being like, that pig.
Yeah, because I've been gambling and gone to many of casinos, and no, you don't go to the casino and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a hand pay tonight.
Yeah.
Nobody gets hand pays, and then on top of that, nobody gets hand pays 2 times in one night, and I was just like, holy crap! Like this, like to me that was insane because that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like I've won, $1,000 here and there or whatever. But, like, you don't get hand pays, and you don't get 2 hand pays in one night. So I was, like, going crazy. And I might have had, a handful of mixed drinks at this point, too. And I was just, like, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
But we ended up doing that. At this point, we have now doubled our money. So we go to bed. We go about our day. We go to breakfast. We kind of walk around a little bit.
Went to the pool.
We went to the pool. And then we're like, okay, like we'll go back down. We'll kind of get a feel for everything. And at this point, you had a military card.
Yeah.
So you actually had free play on it where we had to go to a kiosk. And
I had to play like this mini game because we got to a certain amount of points on our cards and you could unlock free play. And I'm like, all right, sweet. Like, let's go play the mini game. We played the mini game at the rewards desk and it came out with, $100 in free slot play. And usually you get like 5, 10, right, maybe $25 in free slot play unless you're, an avid, gambler of one specific casino and earn up the points. Mm-hmm. And I was like, sweet, we got $100 of free slot play. Like, I want to go play this game I've always seen, I've played before, but it doesn't really have, the progressive, games with it. And sure enough, I got into some mini game that it had, and it was like, I think I spun like maybe 5 or 6 times into that $100 and ended up getting off of that machine at 800 with 4 spins in. And I was like, what has happened to us?
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't happen. Like, any machine we sat on, I'd probably say 85% of the time, we at least doubled, if not tripled our money on every single slot machine we sat on.
Yeah.
And for those of you who gamble, even on those ones where it's like, oh, the fuse is this close to going off, you could sit on that machine and you could put $2,000 into it and it will never go.
Yeah. I don't know what that looks like, but from my perspective, I was a winner.
Yeah, he's like, this is easy.
I was like, why is everybody stressed out about this? But, like, I also have, like, a realistic, like, grasp on it where I'm like, there was points where you were putting in another, like, bill and then another one, and I was like, I think that we should walk away. Like, we're at what you put into it. Let's just leave it at that. And you're like, well, this. And I'm like, no, let's just...
Kenny's the rational thinker.
But And then you played table games. I played roulette one time with you, and I was like, that ain't for me. That's a losing game.
But, I mean, you played for a while. It's not like, you know,
No.
And you were playing numbers, which a lot of people don't play numbers.
Right.
Like, you were getting in on the numbers, and you played for probably a good hour. And, I mean, I think you had put $100 down, so, I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you won a couple of spins, but...
Yeah.
And what threw me off, I've only been to, like, small casinos, and the... wheel is always on the right for the dealer. The roulette wheel is always on the right. It's a right-handed wheel. And I sat down and I was starting to bet numbers on this one. And I was like, this looks completely off to me. And it ended up being a left-handed table. And I didn't really think anything of it, but it just made me feel weird. And I just lost everything on it. And Kenny's like, why don't you not play that table again? And I was like, yeah, sure. And what do I do 4 hours later?
So that was the thing. So he played a table. And he was like, I don't have good feelings about that. And I'm like, yeah, you just lost all your money. I wouldn't either. And then a couple hours later, we go back. That's the only one that has like a good seat at it. And he sits down and I go, I wouldn't do that, but I'm here for it. Throws money down and lost it all
did
again.
Nothing.
But the dealer said at the table, this is a cold table. I wouldn't bet here.
Yeah.
Literally his statement. And I was like, if anybody's going to tell us how it's working, it's going to be this guy. And he just pretty much told you to cash out.
And I didn't.
And he didn't.
Because I've always had success on roulette.
Yep.
Like, even just a little bit. Usually I can, like, double my money at the minimum and be like, okay, like, I played for a couple of hours. Like, I'm good. Like, that was fun. Like, roulette, usually I can stay on for a while and, you know, play back and forth whatever money I put down. But not the left-handed ones.
No. And so we go to the right-handed one, finally. And it was the farthest one. And I was like, why don't you put it down 200? And you're like, nah. I said, just put in 200. I go, we have free money at this
point.
point.
The casino's paying us to
and
gamble.
I was like, at this point, we are already up well over double what we brought. I go, this is why we came. I go, this is why I gave you this trip. To sit down and play the game that you actually enjoy playing.
Because I'm not, like, I'll play slots a little bit, but I'm usually 90% of the time I'm on a roulette wheel. But with how good we were doing on slots, I was like, we can't not play slots, and we did well. And sure enough, I sat down at this table and had the good seat that I like right in the middle, not in the end, not by the wheel, and started playing numbers, and I think I hit, 9, 10, 11, or 12, like, numbers right in a row. Mm-hmm. And it got to the point where they didn't have enough of the colored chip that I had, so I had them start giving me a higher denomination chip, and I'd give that to Kenny. And every time we'd hit, I'd keep track, and I was like, okay, well, we're $500 up now, and we're $600 up now, $800 up now, $900 up now, and I think we got up to around $1,200 up, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to play with these chips. If I lose, then I'm done. And sure enough, I think ended with like $1,000 or $1,200 up off of that one roulette wheel. That was probably the best time I've had at a roulette wheel in a long time, and it was just like, it sounded so cheesy, but I felt like we couldn't lose. Like, we literally couldn't lose.
Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty good.
Pretty great.
But it was a fun experience, and do I think that it really like struck a nerve with me when like I want to go back next week? No.
But I do think it probably like gave you some like, not comfort, but like some excitement and like drive to do it again in the future. Like, I feel like if every single thing we were doing, we were just losing, you probably wouldn't be as excited to go back another time.
Well, yeah, but like there is such thing as like beginner's luck.
True. And you definitely had that.
I can guarantee you if I were to go again in the near future, I probably wouldn't come home with money. But that's also my realistic mindset telling me like...
Right. And you can never go into a casino like we've talked about thinking like, okay, I've got $500. I'm leaving here with $5,000. No, you're going to the casino with $500 and you're going to leave with $0. Mm-hmm. You go to the casino to lose money. If you win like we did, fantastic. Mm-hmm. Paid for our trip, threw all the money in our savings, and it was like awesome. Yeah.
But for everybody that's been waiting, I did not smoke a cigarette.
The big reveal. There were a couple of times where she was close. I think that first night we were both probably close to ripping a dart with how excited we are.
Yeah. Did a couple drive-bys of the smoke room.
Yep.
Gave him a wave. We gave him a salute.
Yeah, got the whiff of cigarettes out. It was nice. But this casino was massive.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Like, we didn't have to leave for food. Like, the food was all right. Nothing great. I wish it was a little bit better with the amount of options that they had. But one-stop shop. They had, again, shopping, food, booze, casino, pool. They had a spa. I got a massage the day we left. Like, it was a great place. Great place.
The best food there was the noodle house.
Yes. There was, like, on the casino floor, there was this little tiny noodle shop. And it was wicked good.
Yeah.
Wicked good.
So, yeah. I didn't realize that we didn't recap that.
I completely kind of blanked it myself until I sat down. I was like, oh, we didn't talk about the casino.
Dang.
But it was a great trip. Great trip. Very beautiful up there. Mm-hmm. The mountains were beautiful. Like, there was a little creek or river that went right through the property. They had, like, outdoor seating with fire pits. Like, it was very, 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 very well done. Yeah. Very nice casino.
Yeah.
And, that was our casino trip. Now that we got that out of the way, my goodness, we actually can get into the
meat and potatoes.
The episode.
I know. Do you want to go into it?
Yeah, I mean, as we kind of mentioned earlier, the weather's getting finally, I don't want to say finally, but the weather hasn't been terrible here.
Yeah.
Granted, we got a bunch of snow, like whatever I think of back home in Vermont and what they've gone through and the temperatures that is normal up in Vermont from where we're from. The weather hasn't been that bad, but it is warming up for the area.
Yep.
It's getting nice. As you guys know, I've been playing pickleball on Wednesdays with her dad, her brother-in-law, and my dad, which has been awesome. We've been really enjoying that at her parents' neighborhood. They have got 3 pickleball courts with lights. Like, it's super awesome. So we've been playing there. And then afterwards, us guys will go out and whoever's team lost, the winning team either picks scratch-off tickets as their prize, or the other team pays for dinner. And
I didn't know the scratch-off part.
Yeah, nobody's wanted the scratch-offs yet, though. It's always been the other team paying for dinner.
Smart.
Yeah, but those are the 2 options. But the weather is getting nicer. We've played golf. I played golf last weekend. Mm-hmm. It was kind of chilly and a little rainy. I was not prepared for that, but we had fun. It was a good time. I went with her dad and brother-in-law as well.
And you guys are playing this Sunday.
And we're playing this coming Sunday at the same course. It's a beautiful course, nice little public course. Mm-hmm. And Kenny strapped on her skates and played some hockey yesterday, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I got back on the ice, and I thought I was going to pass away. I genuinely did. There was one point, it was like in the 3rd period, I was like, I could drop down dead right now, probably.
Because she's playing as a sub for her friend from college who came to the game as well. And she was even like, oh, I bet she's gassed right now. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I bet she is. And she's like, no, you don't understand. She's like, it's been quite a few years. Like, don't get me wrong, she's like athletic. But like hockey, you just look like you're skating around. But it's not just like casual, like, you know, you're hustling. Like, granted, it's not a super serious league, but like they're out there hustling. And she's like, when I'm on the ice and I'm playing out, I do one down and back, and I'm like, I need a sub now.
Yeah. No, my first shift, I was like, first of all, we'll get into my equipment situation that we've kind of fell into, but my skates are from when I actually got them my junior year of high school. So, 2012. I got those skates. Those skates are old.
14 years. God dog.
Yeah. So they're about dead. They are dead, but we had them sharpened. And something about me, I played competitive hockey for 19 years of my life. Yeah, 19 years. Went to college, played all 4 years in college. And big thing is I'm very particular about my equipment. Very particular. And anybody that played hockey for a long time at a high level, competitive, anything like that, is your equipment is everything to you. Is like, how sharp are my skates? How does my equipment feel? Is it, like, some people, I wash my equipment, but some people are like very like, I don't touch this will stay like this. Like, I still have elbow pads and a chest protector that I wore in youth hockey.
Which is wild to me, because when you pulled that out of the bag, and I'm like, that's supposed to, like, protect your chest? Like, it's, like, this big. And granted, you're not big by any means, but I'm like, that's supposed to protect your chest? And I grabbed it, and I felt like I could feel my fingers through it. And I'm like, a puck hits you in the chest, like, that's gonna freaking hurt.
Yeah, it's not like football pads where you're like, you could throw it against a brick wall and it's gonna be like, you can hear it ting off of it.
Yeah, but I guess I was expecting more.
But like, no, because you're moving and you need a level of breathability.
True.
But
I literally also think of you as like a defenseman. Someone takes a clapper from the blue line and hits you square in the chest.
I'd be feeling it for years.
Like, that, I feel like could literally stop your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
But that wouldn't happen because I'm good. And honestly, if you are like throwing shots out there that are anywhere above the waist, you're going to get your ass beat.
By like your team.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Because anybody that's doing it, like most of the time, like, yes, you can have high shots that work their way up, but most of the time it's pretty low, and if it's deflected, it reduces the speed immensely.
And you as a hockey player know how to take a slap shot. It's kind of like in softball, where like when we would play softball, like we all know the fundamentals of softball, where we know if it's, if the pitch comes in left, right, or center, if I hit it this way, it's going to go straight up the middle and smoke the pitcher, and then your ass is grass.
Right.
Where like in hockey, the fundamentals of a slap shot, and okay, I know how to make sure I don't have a rising slap shot from the blue line and kill somebody.
Yeah.
Got it.
But yeah, so like the first couple of shifts, I couldn't figure out my skates because one, they're falling apart, and two, we had to get them sharpened. And I was telling you in the car on our way home afterwards, I was like, that's the one thing. I was like, I don't know if you noticed, but like underneath my skates, it has my name, and then it says 3/4 on it, because I refuse to ever have my skates like fully sharpened, because I was a defenseman, so I needed to be able to, transition going from forwards to backwards. And if you have an overly sharpened skate, it's good for stops, but not a good transition.
Like, will you like catch an edge easier?
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Like, got it.
I would be on the ice.
Gotcha.
But, so I was trying to figure them out, and I was also being like, I haven't like played in a game format, let alone am I in hockey shape. Like, nobody can train you to be in hockey shape ever, because yes, you can be in shape, you can have endurance, you can have stamina, but you're on skates, you are moving quick for about 45 to a minute 30, and then you get off, you wait another minute, you're back on. So it's like it's a quick like repetition.
Right.
But like on top of that, you're like, what do I do with my stick? How do I remember how to like get stick to stick pass? Like all of it.
And on top of that, you're playing with people you literally just met as you're sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Don't know any of them.
No.
Only girl. Don't know any of these dudes. First time here.
Yeah.
Don't know what like the play style's like.
Yeah.
So that's a lot. Yeah.
No. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. I actually had a blast. I was gassed. I still like feel
the asthma
in my chest. Like it still feels like a cold, piercing like feeling in my chest. But the night before, I was like, I should probably open up my hockey bag.
That was in our shed for the year that I was there. Was it there before I got there? I feel like your parents brought it down, right?
No, it was there. It was in your old studio.
Got it.
So it had to make its way to the shed because we didn't have any storage inside. And our shed, as we've talked about before, outdoor, plywood. Critters, snakes, everything. So I was like, we need to go through my hockey bag. And you were like, I don't know, there's a Wii. I go, no, it's a Wii thing.
It's a Wii U. Open it and make sure there's nothing in there.
So I was like, I'll unzip it, and then we'll go from there. So we unzipped it. We started pulling one thing out, pulling another thing out. And I'm like, something ain't right. We started to pull more stuff out, and I started to notice that there's a lot of my equipment that...
It's like either bunched up or like, that's a hole.
Yeah. And then we got to my old towel, which was, like, I kept my stuff very clean because I never wanted to be the stinky girl on the ice. And second of all, I played college hockey, so we had laundry every single day. We, like...
Everything was, and you're a pristine person when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like your
Yeah.
clubs, like your hockey bag, like that was not a representation of you at all.
No. So, like, I had a shower, like, bin that I had eventually transferred into my bag when I graduated. But I had, like, a clean folded towel, and it kind of looked like a snowman through it. And I was like, there was mice in this bag. And so I'm standing in the far corner of the garage, and you start pulling everything else out. And we pulled out my sock, and it was no longer a sock. It was like a full...
like just pulled spindle of thread from the sock.
But we kind of get to the bottom of it, and I'm like, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. We got to lay it all out. I got to...
Clean it.
I gotta think about some options here, because now the next day would have been Sunday, which was yesterday. And now I don't have gear, and I'm supposed to play at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, and... I don't know if you know this, hockey equipment is expensive. Expensive. And I was like, I'm not about to go, to play in this one game, I'm not about to go and spend $900 on a full set of equipment.
Right.
I said, I'm not doing that. And so the next day, we had to wait until 12 for, there's minimal hockey in Charlotte. So there's 2 rinks and no hockey stores. No hockey stores. It's not a big sport that's played here. Most of the hockey is played up in Raleigh, but in the Charlotte area, you don't have many options. So we went to a Play It Again Sports. We went in there looking for a hockey section. I'm used to, anytime I ever looked for hockey equipment, it was pretty easy being up in New England. And I walked in and I was like, this... You see a lot of baseball, ultimate frisbee,
golf, pickleball,
tennis, weights, boxing. I'm like, they don't have hockey stuff. And so we get to one tiny section. They had tape. They had probably 10 wooden sticks. They had a bunch of youth chest protectors used, and
like a handful of skates.
And like a handful of skates and like 4 junior helmets. I was like, this is not good. I actually ended up finding my exact chest protector.
Yep.
From
what your youth days.
My youth days, which was like my biggest like concern, because I had a full reconstruction on my right shoulder. So like I have a brace, and I'm also very particular of like how much padding I have, because I want the least amount of padding with a level of protection to it.
Right.
So I was able to get that. It was like $20. But my biggest concern was I needed to find something to keep my socks up. So it's kind of, most men wear like a jock. It's similar to that, but it's pretty much just like compression shorts with like Velcro on your like thighs so that it holds your hockey socks up. So we ended up going, I ended up getting a pair of pants. I ended up getting, the compression shorts, and I kind of made do with what I had.
Right.
But it was expensive. I mean, we walked out of there spending $380 just on 3 things of equipment, and I still need new skates, which will be another couple $100.
Right.
But
and like I think it's one thing if like you were like, oh hey, we need to go spend $1,000. And I'm only playing this one time.
Right.
But like I think with you playing, kind of got a spark where you're like, okay, this is enjoyable. Especially it's one day a week, Sundays only, maybe a random Friday. Your friend Britt, she's going to be playing, the next rotation, and hopefully you guys can play together. So it's like,
right.
If you're going to keep doing it, yeah, spend the money. Like get the equipment that you need, especially with your skates falling apart and stuff ravaged. But if you were only doing it for one day, I'd be like, maybe just make do and get after it that way. But I don't think that's the case. I think you'll keep at it.
Right. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I was very much out of hockey shape. It was interesting to be playing in a beer league as the only girl, which I have no problems with, but I think they were all expecting me to not be as good as what I actually was, and I didn't. It's not like I played good hockey after 5 years.
But you were also never a dainty hockey player.
No.
Ever. So, I mean, you always played with the best of them and held your own, so.
Yeah.
I was never, I was like, she's going to go out there and just absolutely tear it up. Yeah.
And, like, as a golf professional, you're technically categorized as an athlete. I didn't feel like an athlete.
You didn't feel athletic?
No.
You looked athletic. You had me convinced.
I probably had a lot of people convinced. Nobody actually knows how I felt. And I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good. I felt like afterwards, I was like, I remember playing hockey. Like in college, I would run to the cafeteria afterwards. I would be starving.
Yeah.
That's how I felt going to my parents' house for my dad's birthday dinner. I was like, when's dinner?
Yeah, I'm starving.
I need to eat right now.
And we got there a little late, and everyone had already hammered the snacks and stuff.
Oh, I was starving. So I started opening my dad's like lunch and like stuff like that. I was like,
you played well. I mean, like I said, I enjoyed watching, and like I was telling everybody at family dinner on Sunday, like we just have ice rinks at home. Mm-hmm. Like some of them have like a little skate shop where you can, maybe buy a pair of gloves and, some socks or whatever. But this place had like a full like hockey store inside of it. It had 2 rinks, a smaller like training rink. Upstairs, they had a golf simulator business, a yoga studio. There was a snack bar downstairs. And then on the second floor, there was a full bar and restaurant that had like outdoor seating almost that overlooked the rink. So I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, this is awesome. Like I'd come here on a Sunday night with, you and Britt and Kyle, and me and Kyle will be up there, grab a drink, watch you guys play hockey. Like, it was an awesome, awesome rink.
Yeah.
It was very impressive. And I was like, I guess I wasn't expecting this, down south. But it was very cool.
Yeah.
It was very, very, very cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Some of the games are really late at night, which I don't think I'm going to get too into.
Yeah, because next week's at, 11:20 at night?
11:20 at night.
Hour-long game on a Sunday night, 11:20. Shoo-wee.
Yeah.
I think the bar's closed then, too.
Yeah, I don't know. But, no, it was a lot of fun. We've been kind of spending some time as the weather gets warmer, doing some outside activities, which has been really nice.
Yep.
And it kind of gets us, like, a little bit more excited to like do stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just as something as simple like when I went to go get lunch today at Jersey Mike's, just like rolling down the windows, having the music up a little bit, that for the soul is a lot. It just feels good.
Right.
It just feels good. It gets you excited for like going outside and it's warm, going up to the boat. Like we'll eventually have to go up probably end of this month, beginning of next month, and clean up the boat like we did last year and get the goods out of the engine and de-winterize it and kind of just be ready to be back out on the lake, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Daylight savings just happened. That was a little weird. It definitely didn't feel as weird for me with not working, like having to, set a time and be places and do whatever, but you definitely still feel it.
Yeah, I set an alarm for 9 o'clock, but we were up late that night.
We were up very late that night.
You were
I streamed,
streaming, and I was working on my book work, so we were both up very late. I think I ended up going to bed at like 12:45.
Yeah.
And I set an alarm for 9, knowing that I would be wanting to sleep in all day.
Yeah.
You slept in.
I did.
Good chunk. But, yeah.
Just means summer's coming.
Summer's here.
Spring forward, baby.
I know.
Able to sit outside.
What are you excited about? What are you the most excited about like summer?
Being like, I think about when we go out to eat and we get to eat outdoors. Like I love when we go different places and can sit outside, like on the main drag of wherever we are and getting dinner and drinks and stuff like that. Like I think of concerts. I think of, tailgating with the concerts, the lake, more golf, just more time outside, like doing the things that we enjoy. Like I'm looking forward to, since we've been playing pickleball, like playing it at night at your parents' place with like the lights on and stuff, like that kind of stuff.
But it's about to get, like, we're in spring, so you get to enjoy it for a little bit, and then it gets to summer,
hot.
And it's like going to be 110.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've loved the 2 summers that I've, been here for, or the summer, I should say. I've been here 2 summers, right? 2 summers, yeah. I've been here for 2 summers, and I've enjoyed it. Like, yeah, it's hot, but, like, it's so much better. I'd much rather be hot, like too hot, than just too cold and miserable.
Yeah. Well, and like we didn't really get to do a lot last summer because of everybody moving and just life stuff.
And I also, think about like going over to your sister's house and having, dinners outside and stuff, and having them come out on the boat and going to their pool and stuff like that. Like I get excited for that stuff.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think it's going to be it's hard to say what I'm looking forward to the most because I feel like we haven't had a full summer from start to finish here together.
Right. With nothing going on.
We haven't had a full summer with nothing going on. But like last summer we didn't do anything fun.
Not really, no.
No.
You're just busy.
We were moving, like our friends came down for a long weekend,
which was good, yeah.
Which was fun and stuff like that. But like in terms of like consistent stuff, it's like last summer was a tough summer.
Kind of a dud.
Yeah.
I mean, not in a bad way, but just we were so busy with stuff going on. Like the very first summer I was here, every single day you had off, we were at the lake.
Right.
Or there was a concert, and then another concert. So it was just a lot going on.
I don't know. I think I'm looking forward to the most. I don't know, like the long sunlight hours is having daylight more than we have nighttime.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm like a sucker for like when it's like 8:30 at night and it's still
sunny out.
Sunny.
Yeah, I love that. I love that a lot.
But yeah, I like a sunset.
Love a good sunset.
I like a sunrise. I do.
I'm also really looking forward to the nights where you do get off earlier, or even the nights where we just like go out and the sun's setting on the lake. Like those are the best days, especially during the week when there's nobody out there and we're ripping in at 7 o'clock. It's so perfect.
Yeah,
it's so perfect.
I know.
But we ripped through that. We got some time left, so we thought we had a good showing last week for some last minute questions. We got about 10 or so minutes. If we have any questions on our live viewership, for those who listen on Spotify, Apple, or watch back on YouTube, we do film this live every episode on our Twitch page, twitch.tv/thebkloungepod. So if you hear us interacting with names or kind of cutting it up with different folks, it's because we are live with a live internet audience. Ema says, where did Kenny play college hockey at?
I played at the University of Southern Maine in Portland, Maine. I was a Husky.
A Husky.
Yeah, big Husky girl. Yeah, I played there all 4 years. I actually did an extra year after high school at a prep school, hoping to get like more offers and get more like views from coaches and stuff like that. I had some good opportunities. I had some Division I, some in D1 independent, which is Division II, and a bunch of Division III. But I ended up going with Division III because I was a defenseman, and I'm not a very tall girl by all means. I did give everybody a run for my money based off of being an aggressor, a small aggressor, but yeah. I wasn't huge. So in terms of sizing in comparison to other defensemen in Division I wouldn't have had the play time that I did playing Division III. So I ended up taking that route and really, like, I also was realistic about my future. I wanted to go somewhere that I was going to enjoy the school and enjoy the area that I was at school in, and also be able to be very competitive and more of a starter versus, you know, third or fourth line or even up in the stands watching the games. So I kind of went that route and enjoyed my last 4 years of playing hockey. Are we both scratch golfers? We've had a couple people ask that. No.
I'm not a scratch golfer. No. I think I'm decent for the amount of golf I play. Like, I'm not one to practice a ton. I don't play a ton. It's kind of like, you know, Kenny will text and be like, hey, do you want to play golf tomorrow? And I'll be like, yeah, sure, let's go. Or like, you know, her brother-in-law was like, hey, let's golf next Sunday. I'll golf. You know, I'll shoot anywhere from, you know, the high 80s on an amazing day to usually mid 90s normally. And again, I think I'm better than I should be for the amount that I don't practice. I really do. I love golf. I love it. And like, I'll be golfing with her and, you know, I might beat her on a hole every 36 holes, but 99.9% of the time she's giving me tips on the course, and then sure enough, when I do that exact thing, I'm hitting the ball better. Or she literally one day taught me how to correctly hit out of a sand trap, and now I don't have any issues out of a sand trap. And then I'll get frustrated, and she's like, okay, well, when did you practice last? And I was like, well, we played golf 4 weeks ago, so when we played golf 4 weeks ago. And she's like, well, you can't be mad if you're not practicing and trying to get better, so.
Right. I have to play as a scratch because I'm a professional, so in professional tournaments, you don't really need a handicap. But when I play against the boys at work, I'm a 2, so that means I'm averaging 2 shots above par, 2 to 3, depending on the tee boxes I play. But I never play the women's tees.
No, and it was funny. Someone the other day on stream was like, oh, Burt plays with Kenny. He's probably playing from the ladies' tees. And I was like, no, brother. Kenny doesn't even play from the ladies' tees.
No.
Kenny will play from wherever the boys are playing, if not a tee box behind them.
Yeah. So the other pros at work, most of the time I'll play one up from them. All of them except for my boss are well over 6 feet and like big boys, so like
they can absolutely power the ball.
I mean, I'm not a short hitter by any means. I probably average between 260 to 280 yards with my driver. They're closer to 320 with theirs, so they do overpower me off of the tee box.
I mean, even if it was like me playing up against, you know, Louis.
Yeah.
Louis is still going to power the ball way farther than me. Just because we're both dudes doesn't mean we're going to hit it the same distance.
No.
Or like me versus my dad, or my dad versus Louis. Like,
yeah.
size does have a lot to do with any sport, really.
Yeah, but most of the time we're all pretty equitable because the more boxes you move forward or back, your handicap adjusts to it. So most of the time I play as a 0. Sometimes I play as a plus if I'm playing with other women. Most of the time the boys are giving me about 1 to 2 strokes, which I'll take all day.
Yeah.
And then they get mad.
And then they get mad when you whoop them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Then they call me a sandbagger, and it's all fun and games. When is the wedding?
No idea. We talked about it a little bit at the casino, but that was about it. No real rush, no real plan, no real hurry. We're kind of just enjoying everything, and when we get to it, we'll get to it, right?
Yep. We got, like, I wouldn't say, we're still trying to figure out what we want a wedding to look like for us. I think there's going to be touches of a level of traditional wedding, and I think there's going to be touches of, you know, what we think is conducive. But I think just enjoying the moment and not giving ourselves a timeline or a deadline, especially in the fact, like, we're kind of just enjoying the moment. We have no rush. Like, even on the way home from the casino, we had 3.5 hours of just talking about it. But I'm also the person that was like, it's not a matter of like doing anything to please anybody else but ourselves. Is like, if we really wanted to, I'm happy with stopping at the next exit, going to their town hall and getting married right now.
She literally said that on the way home, and I was like, yeah, like, that doesn't bother me at all. Like, I've never had, like, an image in my mind of what my wedding was going to look like. Like, I'm not one to be like, I want it exactly like this. Like, I want this, this, and this. My only thing is, like, I just want to be surrounded by, like, people that we're close with and have a good time. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. Like, I don't need a church. I don't need black tie. I don't need a 4-story cake. I don't need a dollar dance. Like, I don't, like, some people are very particular of how, like, you know, they imagine their wedding, and, you know, to each their own, but we're not those people. So it's kind of like whenever we decide and want to plan it out, and, you know, Kenny's had a lot of work going on with her book work, and it's about to be the busy season. So to say like, hey, let's start planning a wedding right now probably isn't conducive to levels of stress and anxiety and timelines and stuff like that. Like, neither of us are in a real rush, and like she said, if there's some point where we're like, let's just go do it, we'll maybe go to the courthouse and get the papers and have a party another day. Like, well, neither of us are really either which way.
Yeah, no. I did reach out to a photographer, at least get engagement photos.
That's exciting. Are we going to do it with the cows around the corner?
I don't know. I kind of like let it up. I've followed this photographer for quite a while.
Like, obviously local?
Yep. And so we'll probably get it on the schedule in the next month or two, just to kind of have them.
Yeah, I love that idea.
But
I love that.
I was like, I feel like that's the right thing to do, especially when it's so fresh.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You don't hate me, and you don't leave me, and you don't...
Never, ever, forever.
You know how long forever is?
Forever's a long time.
Yeah.
Forever's a long time, but who knows? Every new day, we're getting after it. We'll figure it out, whatever we do.
We're getting after it. What a way to talk about our life.
We're getting after it. We're grabbing it by the horns, and we're getting after it.
No, we're not. We just said that we're not.
Well, just like, yeah, that's true. It kind of doesn't make sense there. We're taking it day by day, and we're figuring out when we're going to do it.
What a strange little
moment.
I
thought it made sense in my brain, but not really.
Wow.
But happy Monday.
Yeah, happy Monday. Godspeed.
Godspeed. Thank y'all for joining us for another episode of Season 2 of the BK Lounge podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed your time. Make sure you're following us on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. Like, subscribe, rate, whatever you can do. Please do. And please take the time. Write us in. Write in on Kenny's Instagram, my Instagram, our Discord. Give us things you want to talk about. Really take, a moment. Maybe you're going through some stuff and want an outsider's opinion. Maybe you just want to ask a question. Whatever it is, write into us. We love answering your questions, talking about things that you all want us to talk about, and so on and so forth. But we appreciate you. We love you. And we'll see you here in a couple of weeks for episode 6. Any last words, Kenneth?
Love you. Bye.
Y'all be good now.
This has been the BK Lounge Podcast with Burt and Kenny. We hope you enjoyed your time diving deep in on wild topics, listening to crazy stories, and hanging out with us. We'll see you next week live on Twitch. Be sure to check out our website for all our social links at www.thebkloungepod.com. Y'all be good now, and we'll see you next time.